Hello, you might notice something different about my new room because I'm back. I'm back in the old room. Okay, so I'll put details on Twitter, so check out my Twitter if you want to see updates, but you're gonna have to deal with the purple curtain for now, okay? The purple curtain's gonna stay, and you're gonna enjoy it. Today, I'm going to be talking about the new Joji track, okay? The new Joji track. I've been looking forward to listening to this track for a while, and I've already heard it a few days ago, but I've gathered my thoughts to the best of my capabilities, and now I'm going to be sharing those thoughts with you. I'm going to be doing it in order of track from number 1 to number 2, how it looks on a Spotify playlist, because that's where I heard it. This review is going to be from a purely consumer perspective, alright? So, I'm not a professional, okay? So I don't know the terminology like bass and drums. Okay, I know what bass and drums are. I know what bass and drums are, but I don't know the proper terminology of an instrument. So lately, Joji's been making some good tracks, okay? There's Sanctuary, which was pretty decent. I think I gave that one around a 7. Then after that, he released Run. Run was pretty good bop. That was a very good bop. I gave that 8.5 out of 10. And then he released Gimme Love. Now, Gimme Love was a song where I hated the first half, but then I really liked the second half. Because the first half, the lyrics were so basic. The lyrics was just, gimme, gimme love, gimme, gimme love, gimme, gimme love, gimme love when you're gone, or when I'm gone, or whatever it was. But that was it. That was the entire lyrics for the first half. And then the second half comes in, you're like, why wasn't this the entire song? Why wasn't it the entire song? And then I gave that one a 6 out of 10. I listened to it recently because it was in the new album, and I still give it a 6 out of 10. In terms of the new album, I'll give my overall thoughts after I go through each song. So I guess let's just get started. So the first song of the album is Ew. Now, from what I remember, this song is okay. There's nothing really special. Don't hate me if you like this song, but for me, the beat was basic. The lyrics were okay. His performance, he did the best he could. So it's average. It's an average song. There's nothing bad about it, but there's nothing great about it either. It's just average. I gave it a 5.1 out of 10. Now the second song, Modus, right? I don't know if I pronounced that right, but Modus. It gets better. It does get better, but it's the same issue as Ew. It's a 5.7 out of 10, right? It does improve on some things from Ew, but overall, it's a 5.7. For Tick-Tock, now, Tick-Tock. When I heard the song for the first time, I was like, why the deep voice? But that doesn't annoy me anymore. It doesn't annoy me. This song is probably one of the best songs in the album. It's so catchy, and his performance is actually pretty damn good. The beat is amazing. The introduction is great, because even though it did annoy me at first, it caught my attention, and that's great. Okay, that's just great. So Tick-Tock, I think I prefer it over Run. I think I do prefer it over Run, and for that I gave it a 8.6 out of 10. Daylight was a song I already heard. I maintained the 7 out of 10. That's just a good song. Upgrade. Alright, so from the name, I expected something great. But when it came, it was just too experimental for my tastes. It didn't really sound like a proper song. It just felt like filler for the album to be longer. But that's okay. That's okay. Alright? Because this song, even though it's not that great, it's a refresher, I suppose. It just keeps you prepared for the bops that are to come, alright? So I gave the song a 4.5 out of 10. It's below average because it was too experimental. Maybe that's what he was going for, but it's too experimental for me. Okay, so just ignore what I said about Upgrade because I reheard the song, and while it is experimental, it does get pretty good at the end with Joji
presenting his vocals to the highest of his ability. So I do appreciate that. So for that reason, I'm actually gonna bump up the grade of the song to a solid 6 out of 10. Alright, goodbye.
Gimme Love, Run, and Sanctuary. Now those are songs that we already heard, and songs that I've already reviewed. Not on the channel, just previously in the video. I'm not a music review channel, don't expect more reviews. High Hopes. I don't remember much about this song, but that's a bad sign, because I don't remember much about the song. So, when I heard the song for the first time, I gave it a 4.5. I don't remember why. It's probably not a good song. I remember it being better than Upgrade because it's not as experimental. But for that reason, I'm just going to give it a 4.5 and hope that I know what I'm talking about, okay? Nitrous. Now, Nitrous, I think it's related to Modus because they're both in caps. That's cool. 5.8. 5.8 out of 10. No reason. Pretty Boy is a song that I think came out before. I don't quite remember, but I remember it being, from what I've heard last time, I remember it being mediocre at best, but slightly above ill, right? It's on the same level as Modus. Pretty Boy is around a 6 out of 10. Normal People as well, a 6 out of 10. I expected a good song like that, like a proper bop, like a boom boom boom. But I got a boom, 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 which is normal. It is just a normal song. It's the same level as Pretty Boy, but it is a different level of normal, you know? Afterthought was a bop, okay? Afterthought was a bop. That song was just too good. It's a 7.5 though. It's not the greatest, but it's one of the bops in the album. Mr. Hollywood. I recently reheard the song. I originally gave it a 6.3 out of 10, but upon re-listening to it, I might be willing to give it a higher score. At tops, a 7 out of 10, because it's very catchy. It's catchy in a way that's not annoying, which is unlike Gimme Love, because Gimme Love is catchy in a way that's very annoying because of the repetition. But Mr. Hollywood, his beat is just very nice. I like that. 777. Don't ask me why it's called 777. I have no idea. But it's an 8.2 out of 10 from me. That is another bop of the album, which is very nice, very nice. Reanimator is also a bop. I was expecting a spooky bop, but I kind of got it. The build up to that song, if I remember correctly, the build up to that song is a very long build up. It's like a minute long, which is a bit too long. That's why I can't give it a high score. But when it does drop, it doesn't drop, but when the lyrics start, you start to get into it. And you're like, yeah, this is what I'm signing up for. Was the wait worth it? Not really, because it's too long to wait. You could just, when you get the song on your playlist, just skip the 1 minute and it'll be a good song. It'll be a short song, yeah, but it'll be good. Like You Do, right? The last two songs, Like You Do and Your Man, alright? Out of the two, I do prefer Your Man. I recently heard it again, and that's the kind of song from Joji that I was expecting from this album. And that's a good thing, because Your Man is an 8 out of 10. That's a really good song. Not as good as Tick-Tock. Tick-Tock is experimental in the way that's perfect. It's really good. There are some things to improve. For example, the length of the song. It's very short, but that's not really an issue per se. That's just something I wanted. Like You Do. I don't remember the song, but I remember enjoying it. So if you want to have a listen to that song, then you can. Actually, if you want to have a listen to the album, go ahead. Alright, because I'm about to give the overall review of the album. There are only 4 bops in this album. When I say bop, I mean like a banger, a good song. And there are only 4 in the album. Now, seeing how there's, let me count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18 songs. There are only 4 new bops There are only 4 new bops. That is depressing. That saddens me, because I was expecting more from this album, and I didn't get as much as I wanted, okay? I didn't get as many bops. So, Nectar. Nectar is an average album with 4 good songs, 4 great songs, and a few good ones. It had 4 songs that we've heard before, that's to be expected, but for the new songs that are in the album, it's an average album. It's just average. So for that, I'm gonna give the album as a whole a 6 out of 10. I'm sorry, Joji, I'm sorry, but from a consumer perspective, this is just a basic album. There's not much in it. If you do want to check out his good songs, I recommend listening to Your Man, 777, Afterthought, and Tick-Tock, especially Tick-Tock, because that song, when you hear it once, you're like, and then an hour later, you just have in your head the song, the lyrics, like, it's so good. It's so good. Check out Joji's career, I suppose, with his music on Spotify. Check out his album. I might link the playlist of the album in the description below, so do check that out. And yeah, now I'm home. I am not in uni anymore, so that update video that came out 3 weeks ago almost, it's obsolete, but that is not entirely obsolete, because Hollow Knight is a game I need to play still. I still need to play Hollow Knight. I haven't touched that game. So, streams on Friday. Okay, this Friday, a stream is coming. Be prepared. Hollow Knight will be played on that Friday. So, if you want to watch me play Hollow Knight, go on twitch.tv/Joel McCall, and then you will get me playing Hollow Knight and losing and dying and raging and all the things that you want to see a good streamer do.